Everyone, Joanna here. So in this vlog I'll talk about arguments between children and their parents and the reactions that we have towards our parents and where they come from. So I noticed within me that when my mom was talking, I was feeling this reaction within me, almost trying to correct her all the time or disagreeing with her. And this came like automatically. I was kind of like in that mode with her, and so I saw this pattern in someone else also reacting towards their mother, and then I saw the father and the mother having that same dynamic. So then I saw, wait a second, I've seen this before, and children are copying the behaviors that they see between their parents. So by bringing that point to myself, I can see how my attitude towards my mom is a copy of how I saw my dad sometimes reacting towards her, like as people do, where they raise their voice or they talk in a different way. And I was simply copying that, and it was so automatic that I wasn't even aware of that role that I was taking. So it is a point that I wanted to share with you, because we can kind of make our lives simpler and easier when we understand where these points come up, where the reaction. And therefore, next time I'm talking with my mom, I'll be aware of this tendency to copy other people's roles when it comes to correcting another. And there's also here a point related to gender roles, where at least in the Portuguese society, males tend to be dominant in a relationship, so females tend to be corrected, or they have this kind of inferiority pattern. Not everyone, but it is in our culture. So there are these points that I still need to investigate, but for the time being, what I think it's important to share is this dynamic that we copy other people's attitudes in our own relationships, and this can be prevented. So I can basically change my relationship with my mother in a positive way, so that I don't go into reaction, and I can assist myself to be stable with her, and then take our relationship further, so that I can even get to know myself better as a woman, as a future mother as well, and to not go into those automatic reactions of the mind. Joe, how do you see this pattern in your own life when it comes to children copying the patterns that we see in our parents?
Well, me, as I was once a child, and I see myself now speaking certain tones of voices and just responding. It's not necessarily a reaction to anyone in particular. This is especially in the dynamic between me and Joanna, where I respond automatically as a programmed behavior that I can clearly see in my dad.
Yeah.
So I have noticed that, and I have pushed myself to kind of just be more aware of it and change myself within it to stop it. It's interesting as well that now I'm on holiday and I spend more time with my parents, and I see that in the conversations that I have with my dad, I am actually reflecting back to him the same behavior that he has towards my mother's. So with people that are close to him, he kind of acts similar. So he acts similar to me, to my mother, to my sister, in the way that he speaks, and I find myself like mirroring exactly the same things that he says, not the same words, but responding in the same way, as in I am right and you are wrong. And it's interesting to get to the point where he actually even said to me, well, I can't talk to you, I can't talk with you, which is sort of the experience that he has brought up, especially I can see in my mother, because she now gets to the point where she kind of it's not ignoring, but she just accepts it. It's like that's how he behaves, and therefore I just kind of let it go. There's no point in trying to argue with him, because you know he has his way always, sort of thing. So it's interesting that he got to that point of he programmed into me the way that he acts, and now I acted to him, and he gets to the point where shit, I can't do anything with him. It's like he facing himself through me. Now obviously I have a responsibility to stop it within me too, because it's something that I have to take responsibility for, and so for me it's good that I'm able to see it and I'm changing within it.
And it's also important that as his partner, I need to also be aware of when these points come up, and instead of reacting towards either in apathy or in reacting to his tonality or whatever he's doing, to tell him, hey, check out what you're doing. You're talking exactly as your dad, or you're doing something that you don't like to be done unto yourself. So kind of bring it back to him as a support when I see that he's not doing it for himself.